Hiya folks, this video started out a little bit different than it is now. I've done a little garden update. There's some clips around garden and what I want to do with my tree stump at the end, but there's some clips on plants and that. But I was looking at a video the other week from Savage North Garden, and I'll put a link to his channel underneath anyway, about a plant, a tomato and a potato plant, and it reminded me of something what Dan at Go for Green Living had tried last year, was to graft a tomato onto a tomato, onto a potato, yeah, you know what I mean, tongue twisted again. But it's inspired me to do it. It's right time to do it. I've planted all my seed potatoes, and I'm not going to start cutting them up. I want to try and get a crop, you know what I mean. But because of this, it's inspired me to challenge myself and maybe you to try this. I mean, this one's a little bit larger, but it's starting. This is from our food rack. So I've got a potential spud. I've got a couple, and the idea what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do 4 at the start and try and graft some tomatoes onto them. Now, the reason I'm challenging you as well is this is a shop bought spud. Well, I'm going to try it. Now, different varieties of potatoes and different varieties of tomatoes might work together better, you know what I mean. Now, they're not the same family, so potentially you can do it. There is actually a product where you can buy a potato and tomato plant together on one stalk in England. I think it's £10. So it's a bit of fun, but is it a bit of space saving? If anybody's interested in this challenge, but please share this, and all YouTube gardens around, I hope you get to have a look and get a pot, like, or give it a try, and you know, see if we can actually find 2 varieties that work together. I'm just going to keep trying all summer. While I've got potatoes, I'll have 4 on go. While I've got suckers on my tomatoes, I'll have something to experiment with. No, sorry, that was my evil laugh. But anyway, that's the challenge. I'm challenging myself. I'll be doing updates on how I do it and what I'm doing, and it's nice to be nice. I'll look at my clips on garden anyway. These could be potential volunteers for the experiment, not you. Why were you in my work boot? I found you the hard way. No, but I found these at the bottom of the old basket, and they were really soft. I've just put them in to try to firm them up, and they've firmed up. So I'm going to plant these and try and use these for grafts. Although I'm going to look now for some more potatoes. I'm not buying a bag of potatoes to try this. I'm going to try and use some homegrown. The point I'm doing it is I want to see if I can graft it and how it'll go. And if I can, there's a lot of potential in it for my growing area. These are spuds. Say St Gallion Blau, and there's another variety I can't remember the name. I have to look on other videos. They're them spuds, and they're ones in buckets up there. They're doing really well. I should be able to harvest them in a couple of months. These are a bit later. I didn't want any volunteers from here. These strawberries are going nuts, ever bearing. There were quite a lot of ripe ones, but they got harvested last night by the children as they come ripe, although there's a few there, look. They might be for Poppy. Not very big, they're called giants, but still very nice. These are Cherokee Trail of Tears, and the 2 other monastery beans what I couldn't get in that tub. I just made a quick frame. I know they're going to go a lot higher than that, but that's all I had to work with, so that's what I work with. Bit of shade cloth just to let me acclimatise. The acorn, it's a bit wilty, but it's quite warm at the minute, and we had a storm. If you look, that's all hail damage. It happened end of the week. They're a bit floppy, as I say. It's very warm. I'm going to have to give them a drink, I think, later, not now. These tomatoes here are a little oval tomato. They come from basil, the basil something or other, I can't say, but I'm going to grow them on. They were given to us, so I had a few plants given to us last week. These came with tomatoes. These are red Swiss chard, and that, I'm informed, is a zucchini. Now, I actually didn't grow zucchini this year, so I might find a place for it, but I doubt it. These are harvest tomatoes, so they've picked up really well, thank goodness. And that's the rootstock. I kept it alive. They're still in little pots, but I've also got reserves and suckers, because I need a sucker and a volunteer. Very small habanero in flower. Smaller one, not in flower. And here, covered in rhubarb leaves, is where the space reserved for the chicory, because I said I was going to grow chicory this year, and it's now the time to start planting seed. But again, I'm going to start them in pots and plant them out there when they're big enough, and I know I can control them better. Did manage to get that finished. It's quite cool. I'm quite happy with that. My wife loves it, so that's always a bonus, isn't it? But as I said, I'm worried about that stability issue, so when it's actually full. Also a bit of work in progress. I hope it's not too windy. That's a bit of work in progress. Look, that's interesting. Happy about that. The sorrel's coming into flower. But this is, my wife's just been doing this. Under these wood chips it is mulched, but it's and this is you can make tea out of this as well. This is really nice. Gold Melissa, Monarda. I don't know if there's another name on it. Just Monarda. But it's a bit like lemon balm sort of thing, but it's not lemon. And this tree here, a tree stump, it's got loads of resin coming out of it. I'm going to strip up bark off of this, and but I'm going to save resin. I've got a little project I want to do with that. Very useful stuff, and loads of it. That was the reason we had the tree cut down, because it started bleeding like this, and it died at the top sort of thing. So unfortunately, but what we're thinking, because I've got all that wood down there, which is exactly the same as that, which has got to go in a skip at some point, or burned, or used, and I'm thinking around the bottom of this tree stump, using tubs though like that, so wood's not wet, keeping wood off the ground so it'll last, because I have made beds out of this stuff before, and last about 2 years, 2-3 years, and you left with a pile of rubbish again. So, and I wouldn't really like a lot of the stuff going in that's in that wood. That's old wood. I don't like it going into the soil, to be honest, because the bugs leave it alone. So let's say, yeah. Now we're thinking about putting maybe in them tubs, just going all the way around it, and on the backside here, where it don't get a lot of sun all day, a little seat, so I can sit and play, look at the flowers and the woods.